CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening and thanks for being with us on this Thursday. A 4-month-long investigation has come to an end with child pornography charges for a 24-year-old Sault Ste. Marie man. He was first arrested in May 2025. According to detectives with the Technological Crime Unit, the accused had shared images in 3 online conversations. A court date has been set for next month. 2 people have been charged in Kirkland Lake in connection to copper thefts in the area. OPP launched an investigation in July after 3 separate thefts from mine sites and railway infrastructure. Through their investigation, police were able to link the 3 incidents to a 46-year-old woman and a 36-year-old man from Kirkland Lake. The pair have been charged with 3 counts each of breaking and entering and theft over $5,000. Police estimate the damage and stolen property was more than $200,000. You could call it the big cool down. We knew it was coming. So how long will this chill last? For more details, let's bring in CTV's Rick Wyman. Rick.
Well, the chill will be with us, Tony, and we'll get more precipitation. Bit of a break for today, at least greater Sudbury, some sun and cloud right now as I speak. But tomorrow, 10 to 15 to 20 millimeters of rain for tomorrow. Gusting winds, Parry Sound, Gore Bay, and of course, Parry Sound. So again, we'll get into that in just a couple of minutes. First take on weather brought to you by CAA. Get CAA.ca for your membership. And of course, you can see that system just twirling around northeastern Ontario. We'll get into some of the conditions, but more rain in the forecast. Windy tomorrow as well. Tony, back to you.
Thanks for that, Rick. Fire crews in North Bay were called to an apartment building on Drew Street this morning. According to the fire department, there was an extensive fire on the 2nd floor of the building. The blaze was put out quickly as crews made sure everyone was out of the building. The fire caused extensive damage to the building, but no one was hurt. The cause of the blaze is under investigation. It was an emotional day in a Sudbury courtroom as members of one family read victim impact statements prior to the sentencing of Kyle Smith. He was found guilty of 2nd-degree murder. Details from CTV's Angela Gemmell.
5 members of Patrick McGregor's family spoke in court today of how his death 4 years ago has impacted their lives. Their statements were part of the sentencing submission from the Crown. Earlier this year, a jury found 36-year-old Kyle Smith guilty of the September 2021 murder in Sudbury. During the 3-week trial back in February, Smith testified to killing McGregor, claiming the stabbing was in self-defense. McGregor had been stabbed in the neck while driving his car in the parking lot of the Esso gas station on LaSalle and Notre Dame. When he got out of the vehicle, it was used by Smith to run him down. The two were known to each other, and the dispute was connected to drugs. Smith admitted to being under the influence at the time. Statements were read by McGregor's siblings, his 2 children, and his mother, who says her life was shattered when she found out about her son's death, adding that the tragedy has had a crippling impact on her life. Defense submitted letters from 2 of Smith's daughters, his institutional and health records, as well as a volume of case laws for the judge to consider. Smith was also found guilty of dangerous driving, causing bodily harm. 2nd-degree murder carries an automatic life sentence in prison, but the judge will decide how long before Smith is eligible for parole. The defense is suggesting 13 years, while the Crown is asking for 16. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Sudbury.
A mother is speaking out about safety concerns following an incident that took place at the Smoke and Spurs event in Mattawa over the long weekend. She says the incident involved an ATV striking her and her 11-year-old son, as well as other festival goers during the mud bog racing event. Melissa Pye says they were standing by this fence as the bleachers were full when an ATV coming out of the mud ran through the fence, striking 5 people, leaving the group with minor injuries. She says first responders acted quickly. However, they were brought to hospital as a precaution.
A lot of people want to put blame on the driver, which I've been in contact with her. She's a very sweet woman. She's a mother of kids as well, and she wants to give her heartwarming apology to everyone out there. Nobody here is to blame. It's an accident. Accidents happen. They could have been prevented, yes. But things like this have to happen, I guess, for us to learn from. And it's a good thing that nobody actually seriously got injured.
CTV News reached out to event organizers but was told they did not want to appear on camera. Instead, a statement was provided via Facebook. It says, in part, all drivers, including the driver of the ATV in the collision, passed a breathalyzer test before continuing the event. Our team put in place new safety protocols promptly that allowed the show to go on. The safety of our guests is always our top priority, and we're proud of how quickly everyone worked together to ensure a safe outcome. Pai says she and her son continue to recover from their injuries. Meantime, she says she still hasn't received an apology from organizers. She hopes by speaking out, better safety measures can be taken for future events. It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. First, let's head to Elliott Lake. There's a live webcam from the Fire Tower Lookout, courtesy of the city of Elliott Lake. It's 14 degrees. We'll be back in just a few short minutes.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Well, we endured the precipitation last night. We've got more rain in the forecast coming up for tomorrow. Environment Canada has also issued wind warnings for the northeast, at least some sections. We'll get into that momentarily. Take a look at this system, which is going to hover through the northeast tomorrow. Not just stationary, but it'll continue to move over the course of the next 24, 48 hours. There you could see it by what time on Saturday, continuing right through until Saturday. So we will get some precipitation, or at least the chance of showers, Saturday and Sunday as well. Sudbury, Nickel Belt, 10 to 15 millimeters of rain tomorrow, gusting winds as well. 14 your high, chance of showers on Saturday, more of the same on Sunday, and 30% chance on Monday. 14, 14, and 14, bumped up to 17 Tuesday with the cloud cover. Meanwhile, in Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, 10 to 15 millimeters of rain tomorrow. 13 degrees your high, chance of showers Saturday and Sunday at 13 and 14. Sunshine for a day, Monday at 16, nice day there. 18 Tuesday with the cloud cover. How about Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, 10 to 15 millimeters of rain tomorrow. 12 degrees your expected high. Chance of showers Saturday, a good bet on Sunday at 60%. The high only 9. Monday, Tuesday, 30%. The chance of showers 13 and 17. So Tony had alluded to some warmer temperatures. They're coming, Tony, at the beginning of next week. How about Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, 10 to 15 millimeters of rain. 13 degrees your high, chance of showers Saturday, Sunday at 40%, 15 and 12 your highs. Monday, chance of showers 13, then 18 cloud cover on Tuesday. In North Bay and West Nipissing, chance of showers for tomorrow. Yeah, you'll get the risk of a thunderstorm as well, but also some gusting winds over the course of the day, so get ready for that. 15 and 15 for a couple of days. Chance of showers Saturday and Sunday. 14 your high on Sunday. Monday, chance of showers 14, 19 sun and cloud come Tuesday. So Tony, you were kind of wondering about the warm-up. It'll happen by early next week, but again, gusting winds and precipitation tomorrow. It'll all diminish Saturday and Sunday. Better weather to start off the week. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Rick. The Timmins and District Hospital has a never-ending need for locums, physicians who can fill in for others who are on vacation or away from their jobs for other reasons. But the hospital's chief of staff says it's not a cause for alarm. Rather, it ensures services are always available. CTV's Lydia Chubak has that story.
The Timmins and District Hospital frequently advertises its need for physicians who can fill in for others. Recently, it posted a list of about 12 specialties, including anesthesiology, pediatrics, psychiatry, and general surgery, that all require locums, doctors who fill in for others who are off or away. Dr. Doug Arnold is the Chief of Staff and Vice President of Medicine at Timmins and District Hospital. He says the requirement for locums is increasing because the shortage of physicians is a nationwide issue.
So when everyone else is struggling, we're going to struggle even more.
However, TADH doesn't let that get in the way of ensuring services continue, and that's because it works at attracting and compensating locums.
We do a very good job at making sure that we have 24/7 coverage. So it's, we haven't had to close any services. We have had our challenges. We have met the challenges. Our senior leadership and our board are well aware of our challenges and support us in our efforts because they also don't want to see us with gaps in our coverage.
Arnold says that would mean patients would have to travel out of town for care. Arnold adds the locum program is also a recruiting strategy.
They come, they get a chance to test out our environment, what it's like to work here, and we have had some success over the years of then attracting them to set up a full-time practice.
3 new physicians recently joined Timmins and District Hospital, and the goal is to hire 10 this fiscal year. Arnold says for a medium-sized hospital, TADH provides more services than many others the same size. But the challenge that comes with that is staffing. However, Arnold adds if doctors take TADH up on one of its locum opportunities, he's certain they'll seriously consider relocating. TADH currently has 90 full-time physicians, of which about 40 are family doctors. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
And coming up on CTV News at 6, we head to Nossum University in Sudbury, where the intake of students is rising. Madison Merrier has that story for you. The Sault Ste. Marie International Bridge Authority confirming this week that there is substantially less travel across the span since the start of the year. While more than 500,000 vehicles have crossed the bridge since January, traffic has dropped 23.5% by comparison to last year. The Bridge Authority didn't provide any information on what it believes has caused the decline. However, Canadians coast to coast have reduced the number of trips or stopped traveling to the United States because of Trump's tariff policies. He was one of the best players for the Guelph Platers of the OHL. People are remembering Timiskaming Shores native Lonnie Loach, who passed away. The City of Timmins posting an update this week on the Connecting Link project that's underway. According to city officials, contractors are connecting the new water main from Crawford Street to Tim Hortons into the existing system. The larger water main will carry more water, improving efficiency and supporting growth. Grading is also underway for asphalt. The phase will include North Lane rehabilitation and the new sidewalk from Crawford Street to the mall. Theft and vandalism continue to be issues for a nonprofit and a charity in Sudbury that accept donations to help clothe people and care for animals. Closet Share recently had to send donations to the dump, while Pet Save has been forced to move garbage bins off-site and is asking people to follow its donation policy. CTV's Alan Everson reports.
Over the long weekend, this donation bin at Closet Share was broken into, with clothing stolen and strewn around the parking lot. 60 bags ended up in the dump.
Single week. This past week they broke into the donation bin and broke the lock right off, and the clothes were everywhere. Feces, urine, vomit, needles, blood, everything that we had to clean up come Tuesday this week.
Porter says the nonprofit relies on donations, and recycling clothing is part of its mission.
So unfortunately, we had to take all those clothing and throw them in the trash. And again, that is not something that we do lightly here at Closet Share. We focus on ensuring that we alleviate the textiles from ending up in landfills.
Closet Share now asks that all donations be dropped off during business hours. Over at the Pet Save retail thrift store, donations can only be made in person during the week from 10 to 4. That's when there are more volunteers on site and to avoid other issues.
We ask that you don't drop off outside of those hours because if there's no one here to accept them, then we find people are going through them, leaving a big mess in the parking lot, and then ultimately it becomes garbage because we don't know what's left in them.
The store no longer keeps garbage bins on site because of hazards. It also costs the charity to haul it away.
Even with locks and chains and strong locks, people were breaking in and causing severe damage to the bin itself, which we had to incur the cost for. And it just became a hazard because everything that was in the bin was now thrown throughout the parking lot, which is added extra work for our volunteers having to clean up, and we would be finding needles and all sorts of stuff, unwanted stuff.
While PetSave and Closet Share say they are very grateful for the community support they rely on. They hope people will drop off during business hours so donations can end up where they are intended to. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
Former NHLer and Timmins Shores native Lonnie Loach has passed away. Loach made a name for himself as a standout player for the OHL Guelph Platers, winning Rookie of the Year. He made his professional hockey debut in Saginaw and Fort Wayne before being selected in the expansion draft by the Ottawa Senators. He also played 50 games with the LA Kings and joined the Anaheim Mighty Ducks for their inaugural season. He was also active in running the hockey school in Englehart. Loach was 57 years old. Memorial contributions are being accepted at Community Cancer Care in New Liskeard. If you're looking to catch a ride on the Chi-Chi-Mon, there's still time left in the season. The Owen Sound Transportation Company announcing this week that it's moving from 3 sailings a day down to 2 for the remainder of the season. The Chi-Chi-Mon has been carrying tourists and travelers from Manitoulin Island to Tobermory for more than 50 years. The season wraps up October 26th. How robotics and artificial intelligence are keeping mining operations safer. We explore the topic in this week's Tech Talk segment. You're watching First at 5. Mining is the lifeblood for a lot of northern communities, and a company is looking to make operations safer for workers. To talk more about this in our Tech Talk series, let's bring in Chow Yu, founder and CEO of LoopX. He now joins us from Sudbury. Welcome.
Thanks, Tony.
How are you using robotic software and AI algorithms to help the mining industry?
So, well, mining is we call it a dirty, dusty, and a little bit dangerous 3D sector, and mobile equipment interaction actually are the top risk, especially for underground mining. We are addressing this safety challenge by leveraging the latest robotics and AI technology, so-called physical AI, to help operators to perceive the environment, detect a pedestrian, vehicle, and other risk to avoid the collision before it happens.
Okay, so Chow, expand on the LoopX situational awareness system. How does that work?
So situational awareness system is a hardware-software combined solution. Actually, we leverage the smart sensors, including a ruggedized infrared camera and the 3D LiDAR to perceive the world. And also, we combine this data from different sensors and then leverage our in-house built vision AI model on a ruggedized edge computer. And this actually is more like the brain of the heavy-duty machine, where the sensors is more like the extra eyes of the machine. That combined will help the operator to have the awareness of the environment. And also through a ruggedized human-machine interface, this react with the operator in real time, provide the real-time warning and the interaction control before the hazard happens. Also, the data collected from this edge computing will be broadcasted to the control room for further investigation or analysis. That is how we can improve the safety in a proactive way rather than a reactive way.
Chow, is the mining sector only using your technology, or what about other industries?
So this technology actually originally was for like a passenger vehicle, like Tesla. Tesla leverages the smart sensors AI for autonomous driving. But when it comes to mining, it makes a lot of sense, as the heavy-duty machines in the mining sector is far more behind in technology compared with Tesla. but the situation is more complex, and that is why we chose mining as the first industry and adopt the technology to the mining sector by adopting those like software, data, and design. But this technology can also be adopted to other like sister industry, for example, construction, for example, foresting.
Chow, thanks so much for your time and continued success.
Thank you.
Chow Yu of LoopX was our guest, and to see more of our Tech Talk series, head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. The OPP Golden Helmets Precision Motorcycle Team is coming to the Northeast. The team is going to be on Main Street in Thessalon at 6 p.m. on Friday, September 12th. On Saturday, the OPP Golden Helmets are in Blind River on Woodward Avenue, and their last stop is Elliott Lake on Sunday, September 14th at 1 p.m. Come and check out the 30-minute performance. In Sault Ste. Marie, the YMCA pool is going to the dogs. Seriously, it is. This Saturday, the Y is giving our canines a chance to take a dip in the pool before the start of the Y's annual pool maintenance closure. For a minimum donation of $10, you can bring your small dog up to 25 pounds between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. And then big dogs, 26 pounds and up, will get to go in the pool from 11 a.m. until noon. Don't forget to bring proof of your pet's vaccinations. Linda Levasseur of Sault Ste. Marie sent us a couple of photographs. She says while visiting London, Ontario during the long weekend, a bumblebee was taking nectar out of a flower. Thanks so much, Linda. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Finally, the nominees have been announced for the Ontario Folk Music Awards next month in Ottawa. Adrian Sutherland is among the nominees, making the short list in 2 categories. The singer-songwriter from Attawapiskat First Nation is nominated for Music Video of the Year for his song Precious and for Album of the Year for Precious Diamonds. Sutherland is the only nominee from Northern Ontario. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.